Hello and welcome back to the Wellesley Sports Report. I'm your host Lauren Cuddy. This week we check in on the girls' ice hockey and basketball teams as each team held their senior night with contests against the Framingham Flyers. We go first to Babson Skating Rink where 6 seniors were recognized prior to the game. As the game itself, it gets off to a nice start for Wellesley. As Cecily Doctor is able to come out from behind the net with the puck, she finds Molly Connolly out in front and she buries home the goal to put Wellesley up by 1. Flash ahead to the second, fancy goal coming up from the Raiders here as Kaylee Koraskadin throws a puck toward the net, but there to get a stick on it is Doctor. She instead puts in the backhand to put the Raiders up by 2. Framingham would come back though, as minutes later, they're able to escape from the scrum with the puck as Kristen Wilder skates up with it and goes 5-hole and the puck just barely slides into the net to cut the deficit down to 1. A little insurance coming at the end of the period though, as Sarah Goss uses a screen in front of the net to her advantage, goes top shelf for a third Wellesley goal. They would add one more and go on to take this one by the final of 4-1, as their record improves to 13-0-3. After the game, we caught up with Coach George Campbell and Captain Emily Hunter.
We knew that Framingham would be tough. They're one of the typical teams in our league that gives you absolutely nothing. Their forechecking was pretty good all night long. Defensive zone, they're very solid, and they just made us work for everything that we had to get out there. And our kids worked really hard, and they always find a way to, come up with exactly what we need to do to win.
I think we worked really hard. We always do. We always give 200%, and our passing and teamwork is key to all of our wins. I think we have great synergy on each of our lines. All of the passing is crisp. Everything is tape to tape, and we're always keeping our heads up and looking for the passes and ripping our shots.
Last Thursday was senior night for the girls' basketball team as they also took on Framingham. Wellesley Media's Rebecca Karen was there and gives us this report.
Well, on Thursday, it was senior night for the Wellesley Raiders girls basketball team as they took on the Framingham Flyers, looking to close out the regular season with a win and an MIAA tournament berth. And in the first, Wellesley would strike first as Grace Miller single-handedly helps the Raiders jump out to a 5-0 lead, forcing the Flyers to take a timeout only 2 minutes into the game. Minutes later, the Raiders would quickly get the offense up the floor as Grace Miller leads the double team away, finding Charlotte Bussema open in the paint for an easy basket. But in the second, the Flyers would come fighting back as Melissa Renaud finds Emily Rich for an easy fast break layup and 4-point lead. With the score tied at 19, though, Katie Williamson keeps the offense moving, quickly passing to Sophia Mavromatis, who then drives right past seniors Sophia Corbett, making it look easy as she gets the floater to go. Raiders would go into the half, leading 23-21. With the Raiders holding on to a 3-point lead later in the third, Emma Ivy inbounds to a wide-open Natalie Hart, who nails a clutch three-pointer, giving Wellesley some much-needed breathing room. Charlotte Bussema then recovers the loose ball, finding Emma Ivy for the open shot, who gets nothing but net. And Framingham has no choice but to take a timeout, as a once close game was now quickly slipping away. In the fourth quarter, Framingham desperately tries to climb their way back into the game, but the Raiders' offense kicks it into high gear as once again Emma Ivy finds Natalie Hart open for a long 2. Seconds later, Grace Miller quickly passes to Charlotte Bussema, who brings it home for 2 more. And the Raiders would not look back, pulling away with a commanding 47-35 victory over Framingham. Taking a look back on this season, numerous injuries brought challenges and constant changes to the Raiders' starting lineup. But through it all, what never changed was their determination and confidence they all have in each other.
What's critical about these games is Emma taking the shot or Katie taking the shot, and everyone has to be ready to shoot, and those are the points that put us over. People can shoot and score like 10 points, but the points that win the game are ultimately people just being ready to take the shot. We work in practice really we do outlet every day, shooting layups and jump shots, and we do like juniors versus seniors to really give people confidence that they're ready to take the shot in the game.
We did have a ton of emotional and all different kinds of challenges, and we just kind of gutted through them all. We had some ups and a lot of downs and disappointments, but we're getting better at the right time, and that's all we can ask for.
Not ready yet to say goodbye to their Raider careers, senior captains Charlotte Bussema and Grace Miller look to remain focused on doing everything they can to help lead their team deep into the tournament.
I think just sort of focusing on myself and not trying to worry about other people in the game is really important. If I just sort of calm down, keep it focused, and like I said before, not doing anything too complicated, it's really just what we need to do to win. Obviously, going into the tournament with a strong win is really important for our momentum.
I'm just always hopeful that when the seniors come to play the last game that they make it their best. It's kind of an emotional night. It can be hard for a senior to think about all the things that they're going to be missing, but they have to bring it down to a game, and those two certainly did. It's nice to win senior night.
I mean, from the very beginning, I was like, this is my senior night. All the seniors were really rallying together. We knew that we had to get this win to have momentum going into tournament and get a 12-2 record. So I was pumped. The whole team was pumped, and we really pulled through. I was proud of how calm we stayed. And this is the point where it's getting real, so you don't want it to end, so you want to keep fighting.
With another winning season at 12-8, the Wellesley Raiders now can only wait and see who they will play first in the MIAA state tournament. For Wellesley Media, I'm Rebecca Karen.
Well, thanks for joining us again. Make sure to keep an eye out on MIAA.net for updates on where and when Wellesley will play in the MIAA state tournament. That does it for us here. For the Wellesley Sports Report, I'm Lauren Cuddy.